Hey guys, so today we're going to be disassembling this engine. It is a Kohler Command CV16, which I'm pretty sure stands for vertical shaft Kohler Command 16 horsepower. But it has a bad camshaft or bad exhaust lobe, so we're going to disassemble it and see if that's true. And then after that, we're going to probably dismantle it all the way to sell the rest of it for parts. So let's get started on that. Okay, so I got the oil pump plate off. Now, I'm not too familiar with this stuff. That seems quite worn, but there's no groove or anything, so maybe it's fine. In here we can see there's oil pump. Huh, that actually worked pretty well. And see here, 2 parts of the oil pump. Go like that. Now, I'm inspired by a guy called I Do Cars, who disassembles engines, and he never sells any used water pumps or oil pumps, so I'm probably not going to do that, because it's probably not a good thing to do, considering, you know, things like that, kind of things you replace if you're going to make something, if you're just going to get one. So, I don't know, I'll keep it around, but yeah. Now I'm going to get this, probably this fill tube off and the muffler off. So let's do that. So as you can see, I got the muffler off, and here's the gasket, and it seems like it was fine. Just maybe a little leak, but that's fine. Anyway, so yeah, that's out. I can't get this off because it's kind of jammed in there. So I guess I'll move on to getting some of this shrouding and stuff off that's still on here. And then, yeah, we'll move on to some other stuff. Okay, so now we're going to start working on getting some of this stuff off. Now, I can't get this plate off right now because I don't have the Torx bit right now. But I can probably get some of this stuff off. So let's do that. Now let's go ahead and take off the ignition and all that. And so let's get to that. Sorry, I don't think I was actually filming me removing the magneto. It was just me taking out these 2 bolts. But also now you can see it's spinning. You can see the valve train moving. You can tell the exhaust valve is doing some. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe the engine's fine. I don't know. Anyway, let's get this flywheel off and make this engine like 10 times lighter, which will be nice. So let's do that. Freaking flywheel is almost as heavy as the one on the mower somehow. Anyway, I am kind of familiar with how this stuff comes apart, so I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna start disassembling all this stuff now, and I'm gonna answer the phone. let's go ahead and take this this side case off. I guess it's half the crankcase, I guess. Also, it looks like someone's been in here before because that's a new bolt. Are the bolts made differently, or that's just a new bolt and someone's been in here? But yeah, let's take this apart. And there we go, there's that out. Here's the, I think this is the governor shaft or balance shaft, but I'm guessing governor shaft. Oh wait, no, this is oil pump shaft. Because there's a filter. There's a filtered screen down there. I don't know if you can see it behind there. Oh, it's heavy. Anyway, that's kind of cool. So yeah, that's the oil pump shaft. And then here we've got crankshaft. I don't know if I can turn it. No. And then this must be camshaft. Then that must be governor. Yeah. Don't know how that's supposed to work, but apparently it does somehow. I guess this would hook into there or something, I don't know. You see, all the sealant is what was hanging me up. See. You can see there's the piston. I don't know if you can actually see that, but I can. Anyway, guess let's start taking the head off. So let's get started on that. I don't think I have ears anymore. That's not working. I'm gonna have to figure out something else because this just moves the engine. So I don't know, but yeah, I don't have ears anymore. That was so loud. that was painful. But now let's get this freaking head off. If these studs weren't here, I would have probably not have actually been able to get these bolts out. Which, by the way, these bolts are going to be for sale because I know there's definitely a market for used head bolts. You know, I'd say it's a pretty big market. So these will definitely be for sale because I know everyone wants used head bolts. So anyway, let's get this head off. Oh, that's kind of weird. Well, that was the whole thing. And there we go. There's the valves. You can see there's not really any damage in here, which is good. No damage, just valves. This will probably also be for sale because this seems to be in perfectly fine condition, which is great. All the parts here will be for sale except for things like oil pump and probably the broken camshaft or messed up camshaft and probably things like this plastic governor thing. You know, it's not really good to sell oil-soaked plastic parts, I would say. That's a big piston. Like, wow, that's a big boy. And hey, look, leaves. And hey, is that washer, like, important? I don't know. Anyway, let's start taking out some of this stuff. So let's start on that. Sorry you weren't really looking, but there's the camshaft. And, yeah, I don't even know how the exhaust valve was the exhaust valve was actually lifting, considering the fact that there's only one valve lump here. The other one seems fine, but there's only one. You see? Only the intake. The exhaust ones, I think this is the top of the exhaust. It's just gone. Yeah, that's a bad camshaft. Here's the lifters. Oh, they're like suction. Yeah. Stick them together. Anyway, here's the lifters. These, honestly, I think these are fine. Keep them around. Now, we gotta remove piston. And then we can, you know, and figure out how to remove this, and then we'll basically be stripped down. So I'm gonna get on that. Well, here's our rod cap. And let's see, where's the bearing on there? Do these things not use bearings? I don't know. Let's flip this over and get our piston out. Come on. Up. Out. Get out of there. I didn't want to hit it with the screwdriver, but I'm going to have to. It's so stubby. I love that. That's hilarious. It's so small. Why is it so small? This is average. This is average. You know, this is an average size. I'm not calling him small. He's average. Anyway, now it's time for the freaking crankshaft. Ah! which probably should put that like that first. Then I think there's always a key. Oh wait, no. I still have that bolt in from when I was taking stuff off. I'll be back. Oh God! Ugh. And here we go. Here's the heart of our engine. The freaking crankshaft. That's very heavy. This thing doesn't have any bearings. It's interesting. I guess low stress engine doesn't really need to have rod bearings or anything. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. I guess that's the video. I'll see you next time.